Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming this makeup look, and before I start the video I want to give a shout out to the Ardell Mega Volume lashes. I feel that I've never purchased this ones before. This are in the style 252. I know that I purchased Mega Volume before, but they never look like this ones. I feel that these ones are so fluffy and comfortable, and let me tell you, I'm very picky with lashes. I feel that usually lashes that have a lot of volume and a lot of like a lot of style to it have a very thick band, and that bothers me so much. Like, I can literally just use them for the video, and then as soon as I'm done, I take them off because I just can't stand having that. It bothers me so much. I don't know. I'm just very picky. But this ones, I feel that they are so comfortable on my eyelids. I am not sponsored, by the way. I wish I was sponsored because I use them all the time. But they are so amazing. They feel so comfortable. I recommend trying them out just because they're really inexpensive and they are really, really good quality. Go ahead and jump into the video. So if you want to know how I created this makeup look, just keep on watching. So we're going to start with the Morphe Dare to Create the 39A palette. I've been using this palette I think for the past two videos. This is the main palette that I've been using just because I kind of stopped using it because I don't know why. I just, it all depends how I feel. I change palettes depending how I feel, and I feel that I stopped using it for so long. Like, I bought it and I used it for a whole month, I feel like, and then I just stopped. I'm not sure if it was limited edition or if it's still available on Morphe.com, but I feel like if you have the chance, or if you have the money, or if you're in the hunt for a good makeup palette to start, this is a great investment just because it is such a big palette. It brings so many different colors. I think I've spoken about this palette before on the first videos that I did with this palette when I bought it. I really truly enjoy it and I do recommend it. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M505 brush. It's similar to the E40 by Sigma, but they're all kind of dirty, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to use this shade today, obviously in the crease area. You have so many options in the middle, so it really all depends on your skin color. If you want to go darker, if you have to go lighter, it all depends what eye makeup you're aiming for, or how deep or how light is your skin color. Let's go in with the first one, which is this one right over here. I'm going to start with that one, and then I'm going to stay in between these three shades today. I'm going to start with the lightest one. I'm going to move it up a little bit more throughout the whole video. And let's go ahead and get started. So as I said before, I primed everything. I actually used the NARS concealer, soft matte concealer as a primer today, just because I clean my eyebrows with that. So I usually just tend to bring it down a little bit. Let's go ahead and keep applying. I'm keeping it on the crease area just a little bit higher than that because I have hooded eyes, so it all depends what shape your eye is. So I just tend to keep it up here, close to the brow bone area, but not that high because I still want to keep that brightness underneath the brow. Keep in mind this palette has a lot of fallout, but I think it's really worth it. You can always go back and clean everything out. That's why I always prefer to do my eyes first and then move to the face makeup. I feel that it's way easier. Let's move on to the second shade, which I showed you at first. It's just a little bit more darker. This one, I am gonna apply it directly on my crease area just because my crease was a little bit lower than where I applied my first eyeshadow. Keeping it all over the crease area. I like to keep it a little bit darker on the middle just because that is like my focal point. So when I usually start, obviously I tap out the excess, but I like to apply it in the middle first and then just move it around because that is the area where I want it to be more intense. So I'm gonna move on to the darkest shade. It's not really necessary to do all the steps. I just feel that it works better. So I'm going to keep that color in the outer V and in the inner corner as well. I am obsessed with colors like this. I can bathe in them. Okay, moving on. So for today, I'm gonna do an olive color. I've been playing around with different colors, but today I wanna use this olive color. There's different types of green on this palette. As you can see, you have 4 different shades. I'm gonna keep this shimmery one just because I feel that it's gonna look a little bit better compared to this one. I love these 2 shades. I feel that they're really that army green color. Those are it. I'm gonna start with the glittery one, and I'm using my Morphe M167 brush. I'm not applying any Fix Plus today. Maybe I'll apply a little bit along the way, but for now, I'm just using the eyeshadow. I like to apply the colors first on the lid like that, just because that is the area where I want that intensity. I like to bring it up just because you can't really see unless I close my eyes, and it's a little sad, but everybody that has hooded eyes will understand me. Okay, I'm gonna go in and blend with the same brush that I used, just the edges like that. Now if you guys pay close attention, when I apply the color at first, this is the position that I use for my brush, and I keep it in the area where I want it to be more intense. After that, I just switch my blush to the other side and just try to bring it up a little bit more because my eyes are hooded just in the center area. And now I'm going in with the same brush that has no extra product. I'm just trying to blend out the edges a little bit. If you feel that you lost a lot of color when you blended this color out, feel free to just go in and apply a little bit more. For this look, I am gonna do a winged eyeliner because I did this makeup a couple of days ago and I didn't do a winged eyeliner, and I felt that it looked really like something was missing. I've already done a million videos on a winged eyeliner, so I'm gonna skip this step. Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Eyeliner and the winged eyeliner by Sigma. Okay, I went ahead and applied my eyelashes. Today I'm using the Mega Volume. These ones are a little bit different because I feel that they are more fuller than the regular Mega Volume by Heyloro. These ones are the 252. I'm wearing them today and I really like them. I feel that they are double layered compared to the other ones that I usually use. I think they're called the Wispies, and then this ones are the 252. I'm not sure. But I am loving them so much. I feel that they are so fluffy and they look really good on my eye. I like it. Okay, let's go ahead and move into the skin. As I told you before, I'm using the Becca First Light Primer Filter, right? Yes, by Becca. And I really enjoy using this primer because I feel that my skin is very like olivey. So it helps a lot with that dualness that my skin color has, just because it looks a little bit dead, but I feel that that primer helps out a lot. So that depends on what you need. It's really good for pictures, so cool. Let's go ahead and move into the skin. Going with the Hourglass Vanish Foundation Stick. I've been using it non-stop, to tell you the truth. I really enjoyed this foundation. I feel that it's really full coverage, but it's not heavy on the skin at all. So if you're in the hunt for a full coverage foundation that doesn't feel heavy on the skin, I definitely recommend using that one. Now, price-wise, it is expensive, so keep that in mind. I love mixing in both of them. This is the Makeup Forever HD in the color 120. I love using this color here, the areas where I usually would highlight. So just like that. I like mixing both of them together just because I feel that they look really good. I've been doing this step, which helps a lot. I'm using the primer Water by Smashbox. It looks like this. I apply a little bit. Ooh. I've been using the Flat Kabuki by Sigma, and I've been enjoying this brush so much. So I feel that if you want that full coverage, use a brush, but if you want to blend it out and keep it more of an airbrush finish, you can definitely use the Beauty Blender. So as you saw, I like blending in the lightest color first and then just moving on to the darkest one, which is not dark, but it's actually like my true color. Just pressing everything in so I don't lose that full coverage. Cannot wait to be tan. I am so pale right now that it's like kind of annoys me a little bit because I've never been this pale, but what can you do? Bring it down to your neck a little bit, like that. I know it looks scary, but it's gonna look good. Now I go in with the Quickie Contour Stick by Benefit. I've been doing the same steps for a while now just because I feel that they have worked a lot with my skin. So that's why I've been doing the same things. I feel that when I find something that really works, I'll just stick to it for a little bit until I find like the next best thing. Why change if it looks good, you know? I feel that it gives a lot of color to my skin and I really need it. I'm using the Expert brush by Real Technique. Blend everything in. Do this just because I feel that my jaw is so big. I know I look like a hot mess, but I promise you it's gonna look good. Let's go ahead and move into... I've been using a lot of the primer for the under eye by Becca. But anyways, I've been using this product with my fingers just because I used to use a brush, but it kicked up. I feel that it helped a little bit. It all depends what style you're aiming for. Let's go ahead and use concealer. Okay, so I'm using the Naked Skin by Urban Decay in the color Light Warm, and I'm mixing it in with Maybelline concealer in the color 20 Sand Sable. I used to love that concealer. It's been so long. I kind of forgot about it. So I use the lightest shade first, like that. I've never fallen in love with this concealer. I know a lot of people love it, but I kind of prefer drugstore concealers. Keep that brightness, but this color is definitely more of my skin color, not the other one. I like to bring it down in the V shape. Now I go in with my damp beauty blender and press everything in. I love that brightness underneath my eyes. I love it. And then what's left on the sponge, I just bring it to my highlighting areas. I love it. I love it. Let's go ahead and set really quickly. I've been using Nonstop by Banana Luxury for underneath my eyes. It is gonna make it a little bit more darker than what I have right now. You're gonna see just in a second. I'm going in with my damp beauty blender. You can see the difference on this eye. I feel that it did turn a little bit more darker, but I feel that this is the only powder that my eyes don't crease. My concealer doesn't crease. Like for real. I've been using and trying so many different powders, and I feel that this is the only powder my concealer won't budge, won't crease. It's amazing. I don't take my product, I just use what's left on the sponge. Just apply it to those areas. I love that yellow color. I will never stop loving it. I like to just apply a little bit extra just because I am applying eyeshadow underneath my eyes. Let's go ahead and use bronzer. So for bronzer, I always go back and forth. I feel that I don't have a specific one that I love. I feel that NARS Cosmetics break me out. Maybe I am going crazy, maybe I'm not. So I want a really bronzy skin, so I'm using the Give Me Sun by MAC. I'm using my favorite Define brush by Eco Tools to apply it. I love that warmness on so much. I know it looks so dark, but I'll blend it out. I love it. I want to be that tan again. So pretty, so pretty. Anyways, let's go in. Just gonna tap it in like that, and what's left on the brush, I'll go ahead and set the color that I applied on my jawline. Just bring it down. So what I like to do is I like going in with extra banana powder, just a little bit. I just tap the excess and just whatever left, I like to just set everything out like that. I feel that this color is way better than powders that I have right now, or any translucent powder. I feel that they are a bit too light for me right now. Okay, so now I go in with another bronzer. I've been loving the Hourglass and the Charlotte Tilbury. I feel that they are so stunning, so I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury one. Apply a little bit more. I love bronzers. You don't understand. So since we set that already with more powder, with more bronzer, I just like applying more like that. Making myself a little bit more warm. Okay, so for blush, I'm gonna go in with the NARS Gina color. I think this is a really nice color for the eye makeup look that I'm going to, that I've been using, just because it's a little bit more like orangey, so it's gonna make my makeup look good. It is so pretty. I feel that a little goes a long way. I think I did a video just using this as bronzer and all of that, and I feel that it looked so pretty. I like to go a little bit overboard with the blush, which is not good, but I think it looks so pretty. I don't feel like I need a lot on my under eye, but since I'm creating a smoky eye, I do want to make it a little bit like more smokier and more like sexy. So I've been setting my face in between, so I'm gonna go in with the Scandinavia setting spray. Since I use so much powder, I like just going in with the Scandinavia one, and then I'll reapply a little bit more later on so nothing moves. Let's go in for underneath the eyes. I'm gonna use the Sigma short shader brush. It's like this. And let's see, what color should I use? Should I use the green color underneath? Okay. Or should I use the brown one? Let's do the green one just for fun. I'm gonna use the matte one right here. I'm gonna keep it on the outer V, outer corner like that. Blend everything out once I'm done, okay? I feel that you can see how big my eyes look just by applying eyeshadow. How crazy is that, right? Okay, let's go in with a pencil brush, the MAC 219 brush. I think I always say a different number just because it washed out, so I always say like 213 or 2. I always say different numbers. I'm gonna go in with the darkest shade that we use in the crease area. Just go over it a little bit just to blend everything out. I'm going back with the green matte shade. Let's apply a little bit more because I feel that we lost a little bit. I'm gonna look really closely. I feel that it looks so pretty. Let's go ahead and highlight that inner corner. I'm gonna use, what highlighter should I use? I want something really, it's been a while since I don't highlight my inner corner. I'm gonna use the Ultra Rodeo Drive. It's been so long since I don't highlight that inner corner. It's so weird. I kind of don't like highlighting that inner corner anymore, but let's just do it real close. Obviously it helps lock in the whole makeup, but I don't love it as much as I used to. I used to love it more. Okay, so for highlighter, I'm gonna use the Resi with Anastasia, the collaboration. I love this highlighter. It's been a while. I kind of forgot about it. Like, seriously. Can I shower with this highlighter? Let's move into the lips. I'm gonna use the Sephora one in the color R63. I love how Sephora lipsticks smell. Way too light. Let's use Spirit by MAC on top. Let me get a little bit more darker. That is so pretty. Let's go ahead and apply a little bit more of setting spray. And I'm going to use mascara for my under eye. I'm using the Lash Exfoliator by Rimmel. Ooh, I love this makeup look today.
I know you don't trust nobody. Said only I could touch your body. So baby, you know, I know, you know, I